Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. This is where we do daily financial news and commentary from a Black perspective. And there's a lot to talk about right now. The stock market just took a major dip. And I'm going to break some of this down to you.
This is where we do daily financial news and commentary from a Black.
Sorry, I'm echoing today. Sorry about that. And so we're going to get started. Go ahead and buckle up your seatbelt. Put your hashtag B1 in the chat. And we're going to get started in just 1 second. What's up, Taylor? We'll do tonight. Okay. All right, so Taylor's going to come in and say hi, and then I'm going to tell Taylor goodbye so we can talk about the stock market. We will do our live later on tonight, okay? All right, Taylor? All right. What's your Instagram? Taylor needs followers on Instagram, so can y'all follow Taylor on Instagram? What's your Instagram, Taylor? Come on.
Theater Girl 0820.
How do you spell it? Spell it for him.
Theater Girl TU 0820.
You got to say it, enunciate. Say it, clearly. Come on.
Theater
Girl, GURL.
0820. I mean 0820.
Theater Girl with a U, 0820, right?
I say 0820. It's 0820.
0820. Okay. Theater Girl 0820. So Taylor is a massive content creator, and she's also very talented. She's a quadruple threat.
Can you see, like, the Indian part? I mean,
What?
You don't know where you live?
Don't worry about that part.
Okay.
Just go ahead and you can step outside now because we're about to talk grown folk stuff. All right. So now that y'all gonna go, a few of y'all gonna go follow on Instagram. Now my baby's got some Instagram followers, and don't be acting all weird. Don't nobody be on there talking. She's a little girl. Don't y'all be in there doing stuff inappropriate. I'd hate to have to hunt you down and beat you up. All right, there we go. Thank you very much. There you go. So Taylor, now you will have more Instagram followers. And when I say she creates more content than me, right? And y'all know how much stuff I create. I don't know how that happened. I guess she's been watching in the background. It's kind of weird, but I love her. I love her to death. She's super talented, and she also, just so you know, just since we always talk about our kids becoming bosses and leaders and all that, she's really into performance. She sings and dances and acts and everything else. So we have studied the model of Tyler Perry. Not to say I want her to be like Tyler Perry, because you'll never see me in a Medea dress, but I love the way Tyler was able to take his talent and monetize his talent and build something around his talent. So we're not doing the whole, waiting in line to audition for a movie part and all that stuff. What I'm showing her how to do is how to do business so that when she wants to make a play, she can finance and fund the play. When she wants to make a movie, she can hire the crew to make the movie, right? And make herself the star. That's what you do. That's how you rake the game in your favor. And that's really, I think, a great lesson for those of you that are teaching your kids, and we do this in the Black Millionaires of Tomorrow program. So if you want our help, feel free to go to blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. But when you're teaching your kids, you got to teach them how to balance the game in their favor. You see, a lot of times the reason that Black folks feel like we're losing is because the game's rigged in somebody else's favor and nobody teaches us the game. Well, I know the game. I know how it all works. I understand finance at a very high level. And so you best believe I'm teaching that to the kids. So thank you all for supporting her Instagram. I appreciate that. All right. She comes in here sometimes. So I want to make sure I don't want to push the baby out. All right. So let's talk about the stock market. Do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. So here is what's going on right now today. The stock market's been going down. It went down toward the end of the session. How many of you saw that? How many of you noticed that the market was headed south at the end of the day? It plummeted about 300 points. And I'm going to tell you exactly why that's going on. It all comes down to the virus. And I say the virus because, now that we now live in what's that George Orwell? Is it George Orwell that wrote 1984 where Big Brother is watching? So there are certain words that are banned from the internet. Like if I say, the word COVID, which I'm not going to say it again because if I keep saying it, then some little bot is going to pick up the fact that I'm using that word, and then maybe they'll ban my video for violating their censorship protocols or something, right? But you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to say the virus. So when you talk about the virus has been kind of a big player in the market for several months now, obviously since March. And one of the things that was really puzzling was why the market was more reacting to good news as opposed to bad news. Part of it makes sense in the sense that stock market valuations are based on not how much money you're going to make this week or this month. It's based on how much you're going to make over the next 5-10 years. The assumption is in a year, a lot of this virus thing is going to be eradicated because these vaccines are really good. Pfizer just announced a new vaccine in which they stated that that their vaccine is not 91, 92, 93% effective, but 95% effective, right? And that beats out Moderna. I think Moderna was 90% effective. And 90% versus 95% may not seem like a big deal, but if you spread that out over, 100 million people, 5% of 100 million people is a big number. Let me see. 5 million. Even I can do that, right? My brain's a little tired today. But yeah. So Pfizer's taking the lead on the vaccine thing. It's kind of a paper chase between those who make vaccines, those who make treatments, and then those who distribute the treatments and vaccines to the public. Companies like CVS and things like that. So what happened today? The reason that you saw the plummet is because, for just basically speaking, the bad news outweighed the good news. The good news has been that the vaccine's on the way. Hooray, hooray, right? That's what caused your stocks to go up. If you have a well-diversified portfolio and you've been buying some of the stocks that we've been talking about for several months, you saw a boost in your portfolio. But now some of those stocks is kind of going back. The seesaw is kind of folding back where earlier in the week, all the recovery stocks were doing well. The airlines, cruise ships, and casinos were doing this. And then the stay-at-home stocks, the FANG stocks, Zoom, Microsoft, Amazon, were kind of going down. Now it's doing this again. Now it's kind of tilting back. And let me tell you why it's tilting back. It's tilting back because Congress is stupid. Congress is stupid. Congress is stupid. And let me tell you why Congress is stupid. They should have passed a stimulus bill a long time ago. These greedy, selfish SOBs, they don't care anything about the American people. It's absolutely appalling and stunning. The gap between the two plans proposed between the Democrats and Republicans is, I think one is 1.5 trillion, the other one is 2.2 trillion. And you could easily say, okay, let's go with 1.8 trillion and call it a day. Let's get this money out to the people. Let's get this money out to these starving businesses. Let's get this liquidity out to the public. And they're not doing it. And I really hate it. I just really wish we could fire all those people and get them out of there and get people in there that are going to do what's best for the public, because they are not doing what's best for the American people. And it's really, really sad and very frustrating to watch. And so what's going to happen is that, you're in a situation where everything could be okay if we just did what we needed to do. If our officials just did what they needed to do with the resources that they have, everything will be fine. But they're holding up all this money that could be going to helping people, that could be going to helping schools and businesses and everybody else. And as a result, some businesses, especially and a lot of people, will not be able to wait out the storm. So the vaccine's coming. It's like you're dying of thirst, and somebody says, "Oh, I've got water on the way, all the water you can drink, but it'll get here in 2 weeks." Well, you might be dead by then, right? So a lot of economic entities are going to be dead by the time they actually deliver the water. And that's the part that makes me mad. That's what makes them stupid. So what was the straw that tipped the camel's back? Well, the straw that tipped the camel's back was Mayor Bill Deblasio making the announcement that New York City schools, I guess he said they were closed for the rest of the year or something like that. And that's pretty much the thing that kind of threw it all in a tailspin and made people say, oh, whoa, the bad news outweighs the good news. Now, if you are just thinking strictly from an investment standpoint, this too shall pass. Schools are not going to be closed forever. The vaccine will eventually get there. Everything's eventually going to be fine. If you're one of those people that's lucky enough to be able to wait out the storm, you should be okay. I personally see this as an opportunity to purchase some of these companies at a lower cost. Because they're still the same company. So some of the companies that did well, that went up, are Zoom and Peloton. Those are a couple of names that popped into mind in terms of stocks that benefit tremendously from people staying at home. A lot of your recovery stocks dip back down again. I own a lot of American Airlines. I saw my American Airlines stock really drop, but I didn't really care, honestly, because in order to protect my gains anyway, I sold a lot of call options on the stock. So it's not as if I was going to make money if it kept going up anyway. But I did make a profit, but it didn't. But the stock is going down, so I may actually buy some more, make another move in that area. Target did really well. Boeing got some good news. Target basically showed that they know how to make money like Pablo Escobar. They literally just killed it. Their earnings reports were through the roof, off the chain, unbelievable. They're probably going to continue to be high because Target just has a lot of promising business ventures and development. Walmart is moving really well. They're competing very well with Amazon. They're kind of infringing on Amazon's territory with their program. They created a program that's basically built to be similar to Amazon Prime. I think that's going to do really well. But then Amazon encroached on Walmart's territory, where they started actually opening up. They're doing prescriptions, right? They're going to start filling prescriptions, and they're going to be good at it, right? Now, the bigger question when you think about Amazon is, I think that there's something to be said about the monopoly power of these big tech companies. And I wonder if a day of reckoning is eventually going to come for these companies. Right now, they're all testifying on Capitol Hill. Nothing's going to come of that because, as I mentioned to you earlier, your Congress is pretty much your members of Congress are pretty impotent. They just don't get anything done. But if there was a blue wave in Congress, then you might actually see those monopolies get broken up. And because the Republicans hate big tech and the Democrats hate big tech. The Republicans hate big tech because big tech engages in massive censorship. And that's why that's why I moved to apps like Parler and Blag Enough. And you can follow me on Parler, Parler at Dr. Boyce Watkins, because I don't like people telling me what I can and cannot say. You do not have the right to decide what speech is appropriate and what isn't. It really angers me that they're going around and they really believe that they have the right to be the arbiters of truth and to tell you what information is legitimate and what isn't, when basically they're just rejecting anything that's not liberal mainstream. It's really disgusting, and it's very bad for liberty. It's very bad for freedom. I prefer you tell me your reality and then I share my reality and then we debate it, as opposed to me having the right to suppress your reality and say you don't have a right to talk. That's not good. So anyway, so big tech may get a reckoning at some point, and they deserve it. The Democrats feel the monopolies need to be broken up. These guys are making money hand over fist. That's why I've told you guys, if you have children that are technically inclined, get them into that tech space and then teach them some business. And then next thing you know, they'll be a millionaire. They might luck out and have, be making $1 million a month. You're not going to make that much money on any job that you'll ever get out of college. But if you right now drill your kids really, really hard on technology and business and put them in a position to create a startup, that's where the big money gets made. So give them that opportunity to be successful. Don't just lock them in a box. The box we got locked in, the whole like get a job and go impress a white man box. I didn't like that box at all. So anyway, one thing I'll mention to you guys is our Black Wealth calendars are out. So if you'd like to get a Black Wealth calendar, feel free to go to blackwealthcalendar.com. Every single month has wealth tips for that month that you can implement with your family. And we let you guys know about the Black Wealth calendar every year. And so the Black Wealth calendar for 2021 is now ready. That's the URL. Hit the thumbs up button if you're watching online. Please hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe button. Also, you can text the word voice to 31996. Some of you came through on text message. I send out text alerts periodically to let you guys know when we're live. Here's another issue that's affecting the market right now is this guy named Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going to cause a little bit of chaos in the stock markets because he's not giving up on this presidency thing. This is not over. This is not over. It may be over for everybody else. Honestly, I wish it was over because I would like a peaceful transition of power. And I think that Joe Biden presidency, as much as I didn't agree, I told you I'm not voting for Biden, but that's my right? That's my right to feel that way. I happen to feel very strongly about the crime bill. You can't go lock up 100,000 black people and then have me act like it didn't happen. I just don't do that. I'm sorry. But you get mad at me if you want, that's fine, but that's just what it's going to be. But for more pragmatic reasons, if you had to choose between, white guy number one and white guy number two, Biden might be the best choice for the country right now so that you can just have a peaceful transition of power, so that you can actually implement what people are used to. People are used to the same boring, inept, spineless politicians that they normally see. They're not used to a guy who's a little bit edgy, a little bit, more willing to just say what needs to be said, who's going to tweet whatever's on his mind. And some of those tweets he probably should have kept to himself. But people aren't used to that. That creates volatility, whereas Biden is very predictable. You know exactly what you're going to get from him. You know exactly what you're going to get from his administration. You know exactly how he's going to handle COVID, and he's going to handle it in a very structured way. And honestly, I think that's actually good, because what that's going to do is it's going to make people feel safe, and it's going to get people to stand down. And these mayors and governors that are trying to shut down every single business across the country, they're going to stop doing that. They're going to start letting people come out again, just with restrictions, right? And I'm okay with that. I've always worn my mask. I've always washed my hands. I kept hand sanitizer before COVID happened. I don't know how many of you washed your hands regularly before the pandemic occurred. Give me a yes or no in the chat if you already washed your hands on a regular basis and you were already clean even before all this happened. I'm in that category because I go places and I do book signings and there's 200 hands I have to shake, and I keep the hand sanitizer on deck. I wash my hands right afterward, and then I got to go cleanse my spirit from all the conversations I've had because I'm emotionally drained. So literally I have a whole cleansing process I've always done. So this is nothing new for me. Staying at home and working from home is nothing new, and sanitizing and washing my hands is nothing new. So basically you keep yourself safe, keep your immune system strong, stay healthy, then you should be okay. Now, but that doesn't cover all the ways the pandemic can affect all of us. If all the businesses shut down and there's no jobs and all these economic factors start to come into play, then you get a real issue. And then Christmas is coming. And the thing is, they got to get this sucker under control by Christmas. They have to do something that is going to instill confidence in the American people by Christmas time so they can have a good Christmas season. If they do not do that, then Christmas will be bad. That's going to be bad for your stocks because earnings are going to be bad. Christmas is kind of their big coming out party for a bad economy. It's a big opportunity to say, this is behind us. We're doing great again. America's on track. And the one thing that could be slowing that down could be a slow transition of power from President Trump, and also Congress not making a move on that stimulus. If they can get that stimulus done and Trump gets his fat butt out of the White House, then I think that you sort of recreate security and stability in the minds of the American people, which then will lead to more people going out and going Christmas shopping and kind of doing a little bit more of the normal things we did before. And then what that does is that boosts the economy. So I'm speaking on behalf of the investors in the room, which I hope all of you have been buying stock. If you have, you don't have to buy a lot. I think you should buy a little, start where you can. We have the $5 a day investing program. If you guys haven't taken a look at that, literally $5 a day. I explain exactly how your family can be extremely wealthy with $5 a day. Just go to the allblackagenda.com. I would pull the URL up, but I don't have it nearby. So actually, I'll just type it in. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share and subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. Please do that. So I'm going to put that right there so you guys can see it. It's the allblackagenda.com, and that's where we have our black agenda that we can implement in our families without anybody's permission. Okay, so let me look at a couple questions. Now, I'm about to go to the mall and get some new glasses. I told you guys I broke my glasses, and Alicia tried to glue them together, and she just totally messed them up. It's like they fell apart like in 2 seconds flat. But these are my old glasses, so I can't read stuff. It's really bad. I'm very embarrassed about that. So don't laugh at me. You already make fun of my teeth, so don't make fun of my glasses too. All right, so let's see here. Let's see. Emiku says Trump won't be stepping down anytime soon. I agree. Somebody mentioned Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is doing really well. Bitcoin is taking off. It's very cool. Let me see here. The Black Millionaires Club. Yeah, we have a program, blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. That's our business school for children. So if you want your children to have the financial literacy of an adult, put them in that program. That's the guarantee. If your child does not have a financial literacy level that exceeds the average college educated adult, let us know. We will give you a full refund. That's how much confidence we have in this program. Our kids are being transformed in this program. That's the power play for the Black community. If we teach our kids wealth early, the same way we teach them basketball and football and how to twerk and whatever else you're teaching your kids, teach them how to do wealth, teach them how to invest early, and then they'll be ahead of the game. All right, so let me see. Thank you for your donation. Carlito, he says, what about investing in silver and gold, physical and stocks? Yeah, gold, to me, gold is not something that is there to make you rich. Gold will keep you rich. So gold is a safe haven asset. They claim that Bitcoin is becoming a form of digital gold. I don't know if I agree with that assessment completely, but Bitcoin is in limited supply, and Bitcoin has been going up extremely well over the last couple months. If you own Bitcoin, you've noticed that it's shot up. And there are experts that argue that Bitcoin has a huge upside to it. And so as a result of that, I went ahead and said, okay, well, let me just keep dropping a couple extra coins in Bitcoin just in case. Like when the rally happens, I want to be there. I don't want to miss the rally because I spent my last few dollars on a pair of Jordans. I'd rather put some money into Bitcoin so that I can let it let it grow. And just in case the party happens, I don't want to miss it. Let's see here. Teach your kids how to code. Yeah, well, I think teaching them technology, coding, all these things is very, very important. I think that's a really great way to put your kids ahead of the pack. All right, so I'm going to get on out of here, guys. If you want to join us, we're going to show our new film, Happy. It's directed by Taki Grant. I'm an executive producer. Happy is a film that we made that, well, Taki did the work. I'm in the film, so I did a little bit, but he did the bulk of the shooting, directing, and everything else. And what he does is he shows how economic systems started in ancient Africa and breaks that all down. And he goes all around the world to Egypt and West Africa. He goes to London. He goes to New York, Chicago, etc. And it's really, really good. I'm in it, but there's a lot of Black scholars and historians in the film. And it's one of the best films to be released in the Black community in quite a while. And I think you're going to love it. And it's part of our Black film industry that we're building. So I hope you guys will go take a look. You can go to blackmovienight.net. If you'd like to join us, that's blackmovienight.net. And of course, last but not least, we have financial workbooks for children. So if you'd like to take a look at our financial workbooks and flashcards, feel free to go to financialworkbooks.com. And what do you know about blockchain? Blockchain is awesome. Blockchain is off the chain. That's what I know about blockchain. The technology is awesome. That's why I invest in crypto, because blockchain is the undisputed heavyweight champion of amazing innovations, and it's never going to go away. Bitcoin could go away. Blockchain will never go away. Because blockchain, whoever came up with that stuff, God bless them, because it's extraordinarily good, and I love it. And it has a billion applications, and I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a great thing to invest in. So there you go. That's my 2 cents on blockchain. All right, guys, I'm going to check back in. Make sure you subscribe, sign up for stuff. Subscribe to things. Follow us on Instagram at the Black Financial Channel, theblackfinancialchannel.com, and just make sure you're in our ecosystem because we can keep you informed and help you know what's going on in the world. All right, thank you for listening. Have a good day. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out of here, and I shall see you soon. Take care. Peace.